Denver is filled with many diverse restaurants in the city, and our friends at 5280 are helping us find the best places to experience Indian food.
That's right. Joining us this morning is Assistant Food Editor Ethan Pan. Ethan, good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all?
We're doing well. It's doing even better now. We got two big Indian food fans here.
Yes.
And in fact, the Indian food scene really expanding around this area. What did you find doing your research for this article?
You know, I feel like the most interesting thing that I found was that the Indian food scene is becoming big enough where there's starting to become more restaurants that have their own niches.
Okay. Yes.
You know, the days of Indian lunch buffets are still alive, but not the only thing available in the city.
Sure.
And so you have offerings that, you know, are more fusion-based, completely vegan, you know, more regional, and I think it's really exciting.
And you brought a really big diversity with you here.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so on the left side here, we got a bunch of offerings from Spice Room. They have a Highlands location as well as one on East Colfax. So we got some curries over here, Bangan Barta, which is eggplant, and a malai kofta. And then they have sort of their, I feel like one of their flagship items, which is like their Indian pizzas. They take
Which is so cool. I've never had an Indian pizza.
Yes, this is what you're talking about. We got the niches kind of going on right there. Can we try one of these, you said?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
This is you said the chicken tikka masala.
Yeah,
okay.
And this one is, which one am I grabbing?
That's going to be a sag, so that's going to be spinach based, and then obviously a bunch of veggies on top.
Okay, and then right-hand side, you can keep sharing with us as Jordan bites in and tells us how good this is.
Yes,
Wonderful.
so
What is this dish?
So this is a batata vada. So that's potato fritters with a variety of sort of different marmalades on top.
Yum.
This place is from Urban Village Grill out in Lone Tree by Park Meadows Mall.
I've been to Urban Village Grill, and I love Urban Village Grill.
It's an excellent choice, and they do a lot of interesting sort of more fusion options.
Okay,
so
cool.
These basil
I'm going to Spice Room, though, because this pizza
Yes.
is good.
It smells so good.
There are a lot of great options, and I feel like, you know, these are just two. We have 18 on our list, and I feel like there's one for everyone.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, what is this again that you were saying? Like, how do you eat this?
So yeah, so this is called pani puri. So it's a street food from India, and it's a really crispy sort of puff ball.
You've had this before.
I have.
Do you want to try it?
But you put the water inside if you can.
Yeah.
Or if you want to just take it as a shot.
Okay, I'm going to just take a sip. Also in your article, you talk a little bit before I try this about using Indian spices at home. It can be a little bit intimidating, but talk to us a little bit about that and what you learned.
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, Indian food is great, but it can be really intimidating for home chefs to want to, you know, enter into that.
So good.
Yeah. And so we interviewed a local Indian chef called Beena Mehta, and she sort of talked to us about what spices to acquire for your pantry, as well as how to actually use them to the best of their abilities.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. We've got a lot of savory stuff. Is this a sweet dish in front of me?
Yeah. So
talk to me about this one.
So this is ras malai. Spice Room brought ras malai, which is dairy-based.
Okay.
I can't really even explain. It's just
I'll grab a fork. Okay.
It's indescribable. But it's totally sweet, and it's actually one of my favorite desserts in the whole world.
What did you learn the most or enjoy the most learning throughout this process in writing this article?
You know, I think that Indian food can get pigeonholed sometimes, and I think that there's just so many different ways to experience it, and we see that on the table right now. But I really want consumers to sort of, you know, sometimes a higher price point is worth it. It's not just for a cheap, you know, takeout meal.
Yeah.
It can be.
No,
it absolutely can be.
True.
But there's so many different things.
Be willing to splurge, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Ethan Pan, the assistant food editor at 5280 with us this morning. Ethan, thank you so much. By the way, all of this and much more, you can find the full list for the best Indian restaurants in Denver at 5280.com.